Welcome to the Lake District and welcome to Coniston. Yes, we're boots on the ground again. Decided I want to get away and get some fresh air and enjoy the great outdoors, and you can't beat Old Man Coniston because it's not the biggest of hikes, it's not the biggest of mountains, but it's a great trail and some of the views are just epic. Now this is a working copper mine area and there's still tons and tons of mining going on down in the valley there. So there's always something interesting and the valley is always changing. Hope you enjoy this video. Let's go for a hike up there, up to the tops. The weather is actually not bad. It was been chucking it down recently. I'm boots on the ground. Welcome to Coniston. The climb to the top of Old Man Coniston is a bit of a moderate hike that can be completed by most fit hikers. If you've got bad knees or bad ankles, I really wouldn't recommend this trail. The circular route around Old Man Coniston is about 14 kilometres, and that's probably going to take you between 4.5 and 6 hours, because obviously you're going to want to stop and look at the beautiful landscape. Mining for copper in this valley dates back to the 16th century, and we can see the remains in some of the buildings and in the ground as you work your way up to the top. This area continued to be mined until the 1950s. In 1982, the buildings in the valley were purchased by the Copper Mines Lakes cottage founder, who set about a comprehensive scheme of rebuilding, restoration and conservation. As we get up towards the peak, we will see a lot of the old buildings that are still up there in a derelict fashion. Our climb to the top today is around 802 metres, and we will be taking a visit to Levers Water on the way up, which is at the head of the Copper Mine Valley. This part of the valley is called Simon's Nick. Now, stories of yore say that he was a copper miner out here using dynamite, and as he pressed boom, he saw a load of fairies. Whether it was concussion, I don't know. To tell this story in all the local pubs around here, and let's just say the day after, the fairies took their revenge. This poor old Simon never made it.
No!
Well, I was going to be going up over the mountain, up to the top of Coniston Old Man, but it seems that the mining company down at the bottom have cleared the road and decided to put signs up saying you cannot pass, you shall not pass. So unfortunately we can't get up to the top. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to head up to Levers Water, have a little look around and see if we can get some beautiful footage of this amazing valley, and I hope you enjoy it just as much, because I know that I will. So I'm probably about 3/4 of the way up now. It's quite a climb, tough on the knees and ankles, that's for sure. Now, after that massive amount of effort to get up here, you would think that that behind me would be a great reprieve from the heat. Well, let me tell you now, that is absolutely freezing. I don't recommend you going in too deep because hypothermia can get you really quickly. I'd be interested to know what you think about these cairns here up on the tops, because many people complain and say that they're a bit of an eyesore, they're not natural. Well, it's a tough one, because the Saxons and the Vikings have been leaving these up as borderlines and land ownership markers for thousands and thousands of years. So are they an eyesore, or are they a natural part of this cultural heritage here up in the mountains? Let me know. There's still remnants of the actual mining facility up here, and it goes all the way to the top of the mountain. It's a pity they didn't keep it as a cable car, would have made life so much easier trying to get to the top. Hey-oh, conquering mountains, you have to earn it. Well, we didn't quite make it all the way to the top of Coniston Old Man here. The weather is definitely taking a turn as I look over to my left. The clouds are definitely rolling in now, so it's going to absolutely sail it down. So I'm actually going to get off the mountain before we get to the top. But it's such an amazingly beautiful place that overlooks Coniston. If you get the opportunity to come out here to the Coniston Valley, do it. It's not the biggest of hike. You'll really enjoy it. It might take you 3 hours if you take your time and look at the amazing views. But it's time to get off this mountain. We almost conquered the mountain, but I don't want to get wet through on the way down back towards the van. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any questions or anything you want to leave me some feedback, some encouragement, tell me what you think of these type of videos. I'll take it on board. It's time for the BOTG to get boots on the ground and get off this mountain.
And that brings me to the end of my Coniston video. This is such an amazing valley. It's just so beautiful. No matter where you go up on the tops, you look down, it looks amazing. And the terrain changes from grassy, bracken, moss and heather kind of feel. As you get further up, it changes into that beautiful Lake District slate, that beautiful grey. Looks amazing even when it's wet. There's just something amazing about the place. The valley is surprisingly larger and bigger than you actually think it is. And while you could potentially get lost out there, I would take a GPX with you just to follow the breadcrumbs back in case you do get a little bit lost off the path. It's not too bad when it comes to signage. If you can follow the basic loop, there are lots and lots of people doing it. Now there is a car park halfway up on the left hand side of this mountain, but I would really recommend that you park in the village. It really gives you an incentive to come back for coffee and cake. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed it. I may make some longer videos in the future if people start to like some of these videos, but I will get boots on the ground in some more locations, not only in the hills, the fells, the dales and the peaks and the mountains, but also some van life videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.